Hello once again YouTube, Chris the Nightbringer here bringing you some StarMade Station reviews, and today we are taking a look at Epsilon Pirate Base by starhaiden. So, I immediately can see that this is clearly intended to be a pirate base, although the overall feel of this structure is not indicative of a pirate base. You know, the character, the personality that this station has does not feel piratey to me, and I'm going to say this right off the bat because I think everyone can see it from the start, and if they can't, well, I'll explain my reasoning. For example, it doesn't feel dangerous in any sense. You know, the other structures they felt armored, or you know, they've had structure that was indicative of space machinery, space technology. This honestly feels, mostly because of the shapes and the overall lack of depth in some of these buildings and structures, this feels more like a town in space. It feels like Lego blocks, and it's not indicative of a pirate base in anything except the color scheme that the player has decided to use when building this. So that's what I have to say about the externals, because honestly the externals are very... It's complicated looking, it certainly is, especially with the number of rooms. It is symmetrical, it seems, right? But the shapes are very plain, they're very simple, and I think, you know, in order to get that edge on, you know, the competition, we gotta come up with some unique ideas, and this is not something that I've, you know, haven't seen before. Oh god, the planet is back, the lag planet of doom over there. Sorry guys, I'm gonna try to avoid looking at it. It's not anything we haven't seen before. You know, it feels too squared off. There's no layers of armor added to give, you know, definition to these forms. Except right here. This is it. This is the only place I'm seeing it so far. And it's in one spot. You know? Even over here, where there's, you know, a little bit more complicated design, it still feels like Legos. You know, it just feels like the builder created these shapes out of the need for the interior, and not so much because they wanted to design, you know, a nice looking exterior, right? So let's take a look at some of these rooms. We have a gravity module, some upper areas, oddly enough some missiles embedded in as some sort of pillars, right? And I assume it's the same over here. Yep. So I guess we'll only take a look at half of the station, as it does seem symmetrical. Again, the interior definitely needs that layering. You know, they've started it with corner bits like this, right? But elsewhere, it's not really there. What's this? Ooh, this is interesting. What is this? Now that's a little confusing. I don't know what that's supposed to be, but it's interesting. You can, like... Oh my god. Oh my god, there's an actual park under here. Now, this again, this doesn't feel very piratey. I'm not sure what the builder was trying to accomplish with this, but this does not feel like a pirate base with, you know, a nice little park down here. It feels like a town. It feels like some sort of space city instead of, you know, a civilian city as at the same time, instead of a dangerous pirate base, which is, I'm hoping, you know, the feeling that the devs wanted us to go for when they gave us this contest. Now there is a bit more detail in this room with the grating, but again, it is very plain. It's quite simply blocks placed in a room. I wouldn't say haphazardly or sporadically, but it doesn't feel like I could take. Let me put it this way. Excuse me. I could take this thing, and I could put it over here. I could put this over here. This white light doesn't have to be there. I could put this white light anywhere, you know. If I arrange this room differently, it still has the same things in it, and it still feels just as, you know, random. It doesn't feel like it was thought out. You know, it's just blocks in a room. There's nothing to structure it. There's nothing to immerse myself with it. You know, I see this, and this looks neat. Take this to another level by adding some more, you know, wedge this, or put in a different, divide it with a color from a different block, you know, put some hull. on this wedge instead, or this block instead, and suddenly you divided it up. You know, you have less of those textures flowing through the back there, right? Do something like that. But when you place random blocks in a room, I mean, there is a pattern to them, you know, they're set up so that there's some sort of wall of computer terminals. But again, they don't... I could put this anywhere in the station and it's going to feel the same, because I don't feel like, you know, I'm supposed to come in here and specifically care about this stuff. It feels like it was placed here as an afterthought. So we have an elevator. I'm gonna, again, try and avoid that lag planet. Oh my good lord. This one is a little bit better at it. You know, there's a few more things going on, and the random lights are no longer a part of this room. Again, it just feels like computer terminals lining an area. Nothing too incredible about it. Although that back wall is definitely helping out. So let's go back down. Let's open all these doors to make sure that I've been through them all. Got some hallways, the orange lighting. This lag from the planet is really kind of annoying to me, to be honest. Let's look in here. What's in here? So what's this? What does this do? It's unbelievable the lag I'm getting from these. Oh god! Something blew up. Oh no! Missiles! Oh no! I blew up all the turrets! Holy shit! Look at that! Okay then, so it turns out that the turrets were considered the enemy of the station somehow, because I believe those missiles actually came out from these sections here, looped around, and blew up all the turrets on the station. We now have about a dozen or more overheating cores or something like that. Oh my god. Okay, well, again, that's the last time I'm pushing buttons before I know what they do at the beginning or the middle of the station review. Like this one right here. Wait, missile launch when in trouble. I'm not pushing that. No, I'm not. Yeah, right. Again, this room needs some purpose. You know, pirates inhabit this base and it definitely needs something. Ooh, what's that one do? I don't know. I feel kind of bad that I've activated it. There's no indication as to what these things do. I think, you know, players should at least get some indication as to what some of the buttons do. I clicked the random button upstairs and it launched the missiles, but the one below it and the floor below it says that's, that the one below it is the one that launches the missiles, which is a little strange to me. So we've got an elevator here. Oh, see, look at this. This is kind of neat. I mean, it's not actually anything, you know, to do with the functionality of the station, but it looks cool. It's a nicer way of implementing the, See, this is all connecting to stuff, and I don't know what it's supposed to do. I really don't. I really, really don't. Maybe it's supposed to, like, close the doors or something? Who knows? I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just pressing buttons. I think I've mentioned pretty much everything that I have to say about this station. You know, it's quite simple. There's a factory area here. But again, you know, these rooms, they just don't have enough going on. Some of the design, you know, things that they've done, the decisions that they've made, I'm not entirely sure are working out very well. I just want to make sure that I've seen at least once of everything. One of everything. And I guess I have hit up pretty much everything in this station. But, you know, honestly, it's just... Things need a lot of work on this station. Yeah, 5 out of 10 for both interior and exterior. You know, there's definitely a lot going on. You know, there's definitely effort put in. But I'll say it again, you know, you gotta break up the blockiness of this, you know. It's not something we want to be reminded of when we're trying to immerse ourselves into the universe. That is a massive turret, and I think it needs to be powered down a little bit, turned down a little bit on the scale. It's just too large. You don't need a turret like that, you know. Turret, it's just too big. I'd even reckon something this large was a little bit too big. You know, something this big, you know, it's not necessary, I don't think. And, you know, there are features of this station that don't feel like piratey enough. You know, a garden or some sort of a recreational park. I'm not sure what this is doing in a station like this. What a station that's designed to be used by pirates, you know. You gotta give the vibe, and maybe if it was executed differently, for example, an alien vine purple bark, maybe that would work. But a green one gives a different impression. So I think I've pretty much said everything that I want to say about this. Overall effectiveness, again, 5 out of 10. I'm going to activate this and see what it does. I don't think the logic for this all worked out. Yep, there go the missiles. Just go straight up. Wow. Red missiles, okay. That's kind of neat. It's an interesting defense mechanism. Not sure how well it would work in reality. Who knows? But that's what I have to say. This was the Epsilon Pirate Base by StarHaiden. And yeah, I'm Chris the Nightbringer. Subscribe for more, and I will see you all next time.